Hi everybody, it's Eve, and here today on Groove and Flow Yoga with Eve, I'm going to be doing the Kundalini Kriya, the woman set, which helps your spine, your organs, and your nervous system be strong and healthy and gives you grace, beauty, and radiance. The Kundalini Kriya is set for 3 minutes on each of the poses, but I'm going to do the whole series with 2 minutes for each poses. That's still a very long hold, and if you're new to Kundalini, the 3 minutes might be very daunting actually. So that's what I find. I find a little bit more ease. So on the video I shared previously, I showed variations of the poses so that I can help fit all of the bodies who might come and take this yoga class. So if you need some adaptations and you need some information, you can look back at that video. And other than that, I'm going to do the pose with my own variations for the day because I know how I want to feel, and I'm going to adapt the poses to make my yoga most enjoyable for myself. Wonderful. All right, so let's get started. We're going to start in what's called rock pose, and that's when you're sitting on your knees and your feet, and your palms are on your thighs or in your lap, and they're relaxed. And you're going to sit and relax meditatively for 2 minutes. One of the things that can help if you get distracted is you could set up a little 2-word phrase to keep your mind focused. I breathe in, I breathe out. Inhale, exhale. In Kundalini, they use Sat Nam, which basically means I am. So you can choose your little mantra in your head, something that's going to make you feel good and it's going to make you feel focused. All right, so bring your hands to your legs, sit up tall, gently close your eyes, and breathe for 2 minutes. Remember to use a mantra to keep yourself focused. Allow your breath to get long and slow and stay focused. If you feel your mind wander, just bring it back to your mantra and try again to stay focused. Let time go. Be in the here and now. Bring your mind back to your mantra. Take one more breath in and a long breath out. Wonderful. So moving into the next pose, it's life nerve stretch. This can be done with one leg, like sitting in seated tree. I'm going to do it 2-legged, so the legs are both going to be out in front of me. I'm going to grab onto the big toes because I can, and with my peace fingers and my thumb presses into my big toe nail. And I'm trying to keep my back straight, so all the way through my spine, which gives a nice angle to my chest, and I'll get closer as my belly gets closer to my legs, rather than curling forward. All right, and we're going to do long, deep breathing, LDB. That's what I call it, long, deep breathing. So grab a hold where you can on your legs so that you can comfortably sit up tall. Bring your chin to that 90-degree angle towards your chest and just breathe long, deep breathing. And bring back your mantra. I'm using Sat Nam because it's nice and steady and I like the way it sounds in my head. I realize where I'm holding, then I try to bring a little attention and a little breath there until I can loosen it and deepen the pose. I really love the micro adjustments I feel in my body as I start to relax. And if you get distracted by you're pushing too hard so it's causing too much pain in your body, back off. Don't make this a struggle. Take one more deep breath in. Pull yourself a little bit closer. And as you breathe out, sitting up and releasing the pose. Take a moment, maybe in crisscross, to just sit and breathe. 3 breaths in and out. Just to notice the circulation of energy in your body. I'm still doing the long, deep breathing. Okay, so we're going to move into Camel Pose. So think about how, if you were to hold that pose for 2 minutes without struggling in pain and needing to readjust your body, how could you do the pose? I'm going to use my new toy, my feet up. You could use a chair. It's good if you can sit into it. That's why this is really cool, because it has like a little, I turn it towards you, a little opening here. So I can hold onto these bars, but there's no seat under me. So I like it a lot. And I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to put my feet under here. See, that's why it's pretty cool. And so this exercise adjusts your reproductive organs. It's going to move things around because you're really going to be doing a very intense back bend, but also an intense front opening. All right, be aware of that. 2 minutes in Camel Pose. So I'm going to hold on to my, here I can get a really nice lift. I can do it differently, but I think this is super nice. I just found this last week. And I'm not going to let my head fall back. I'm going to use the strength of my neck muscles, which will really put a lot of strain, though, behind my jaw and my ears. I'm getting a nice work into my shoulders, but I know I'm not hurting them. I feel really being able to lift up my back like it's trying to open my front up, like I'm a lobster. Crack. I know that's gross. I do not eat lobsters. I'm more like a baked potato. Man, I don't remember if I started the timer. Oh, I did. Good. unclench your bottom, unclench your jaw. Feel like somebody's cradling you at the back of your head, holding you up. Makes your head feel lighter. Let go of your hips, the front and the back, sides. Definitely come down and sit for a moment. Maybe in rock pose again, on your feet, hands on legs, and just rest for a moment. 3 breaths. Sit meditatively and focus on the energies inside your body. Okay, so we're moving on to the next challenge in a sense, because it is a challenge. We're going to turn ourselves upside down into shoulder stand. So I'm actually going to do the full shoulder stand. I feel like that would be an enjoyable position for me today. Once again, if you need to look back at adaptations, you can check out the video that says the woman set adaptations, which hopefully is just prior to this video on the set. So find your position. We got 2 minutes. Don't look sideways at me during this pose. If you feel the need to look at me, don't. Keep your head straight. I'm going to do the same, so I'm not going to look over after I go up. Timer is set. 2 minutes. You won't be able to see my feet, but they are going to be pointed towards the ceiling. Get my elbows a little closer. Back of your head pressing into the floor, tops of your shoulders. Maybe even soften your butt a little. So it's just kind of a little less effort, although pushing straight up, using your chest. Like, where's that back bend? Here, that we just did in the last pose. It's still here. Launch your chest forward. Close your eyes. Keep your head facing forward. Eyes can also be 9/10, like you could be looking up at your toes. Let time slip away. Bring back your mantra. I am Sat Nam. Breathe in, breathe out. Strong, sweet. Nice. Press up a little higher. I like to bring my knees, my nose towards my nose, my knees towards my nose. Stretch back a little bit before I roll up and out. That's a personal choice. All right, so now we're going to do archer's pose, which is like a warrior pose, but you put your thumb up and you stare directly over the top of your thumb, like you're looking into the future. So Your feet are about 2 to 3 feet apart. The front foot, which will be in this instance, I'm turning this way on the mat. My knee bends, so it's right over my toes. I don't go past my toes. If I want a little more stretch, I certainly can open my legs a little bit more. Oops, let me get the timer. What did I do with it? Okay. Sorry. So you're going to drop your tailbone so you have a long lower back. So I get my thumb, my knee, my thumb. I grab my bow, I pull my arm back. It's like right by the shoulder and the arm where the two connect. I make sure my elbow is lifted and I start to stare right past my thumb top. I have my eyes slightly cast so that it's easier to give a focus on that. And then I breathe long and deep. Strong and sweet work really well here. Strong to keep your focus and your strength and your willpower. Sweet, because you're going to do it kindly, not demanding. Stay focused. Don't get distracted. I feel like I'm kind of pulling up my Mula Bandha here. Lower, middle, up. To keep myself from sagging. So everything is done with strength. Keep that tailbone dropping. Belly lifting. Shoulders, arms, focus. Up. Good job. Take a breath in. Breath out, release the pose. Come together for a moment. Stand and notice. I can't see my head anymore. This is the limitations of my videoing right now, but I'm just standing relaxedly, breathing, and noticing. Other side. So once again, 3 feet apart. Knee and foot pointing in the same direction. Thumb up. Nice stretch through here. Pull your bow back to your shoulder. Oh, really can't see me. Gotta go a little lower. Long lower back. Pull in that Mula Bandha. Don't be saggy draggy. Keep your focus on that thumb into the future. Grace, radiance, and beauty emanating from your soul. Make sure your arches are lifted. Don't be sagging into your feet. Whoops, see, made myself wobble a little bit. 40 seconds. Stay focused. Belly lifted. Pelvic floor lifted into the belly. Maybe even have that neck lock a little bit. Pull back those muscles right in here. In the back of the throat. Helps keep you focused. Nice job. Take a breath in. And release the pose as you breathe out. Awesome. Okay, we're going to come down and do what's called child's pose or baby pose. And you're going to have your hands by your feet. So you're going to be on your head and on your legs. Hands by your feet. I'm going to take my glasses off. Just let yourself relax. Accept this position for 2 minutes. Bring back your mantra. Feel the belly press against your legs as you breathe in. Feeling your back round. And a deep softening on the breath out. One more breath in. And as you breathe out, pressing yourself up to sit. And just take a moment, again, crisscross, just to feel and sense your energy change. Have a breath in and a breath out. The next pose is bow pose. And to ensure that I don't cause myself any harm today, because that's how I'm feeling, I'm going to use a bolster under my hips when I do this pose. So that gives me a little lift up out of my hips and takes some of the effort out of the pose for me. So it's a very nice adaptation. I like to use it a lot. I am going to still hold both feet, but it'll be on the bolster instead, I think. Let me see. Oh, maybe that's not right. Maybe I won't use a bolster because I'm going to hold my feet, both of them at the same time. Get that out of the way. All right, we have 2 minutes, so we're going to grab your feet, how you're going to grab them, and lift. Try not to let your knees splay out too much, but don't bring them too close if your back isn't ready for that. Just don't have them sticking out to the sides. Think about where you can bring some ease so that it's not so much effort. What do you need to give up? Probably mostly it's your ego. It's mine, definitely. Whew. We're halfway there. Maybe have a renewed energy into the pose. It helps to lighten it, actually, if you don't let yourself succumb to the gravity, meaning pulling you down, down, down. Strong and sweet. 30 more seconds. Okay, take a deep breath in. Zip up the Mula Bandha, zip up the Uddiyana Bandha, pull in the neck lock, and release everything. Let your feet go, let your breath go. I'm taking a rest. Arm on top of arm, forehead down. Woo. Take a breath in. And of course out. Notice your energy. Notice where you're feeling sensation. You can tap into that sensation. Okay, hand under shoulders. Roll yourself up. Oh, nope, I lied. We got another difficult one. Now this is Locust Pose with just the feet lifted. Okay. Try to keep your legs as close together as possible and have them pointing down, not rolling open. Forehead will be down. Fists are under my thighs, kind of where my thigh and my torso meet. Where can you let go and where do you have to put your energy to keep the pose out of your brain and just into the energy channels of your body? Just about a minute left. Stay with it. Just about 30 seconds. Keep going. You can earn your rest. Okay, take a deep breath in. Lift your legs a little higher. And release everything. Release the breath. Release your hands. Woo! And take another rest. It's hot up here too. Notice the energy. Okay, now push yourself up. We are going to do cow and then cat. So it says for cow, let me just see something. The cow is the heart opening. You want to be opening your chest here And so you're going to push in with your hands. Make sure your elbows are a little tightly bent so that you're using your muscles rather than locking up out of your elbow. You might want to turn the palms, the thumbs towards each other just a little bit. Makes it a little bit more strong. Wide fingers. Drop your belly. Roll your shoulders open. Don't scrunch your neck in the back. And relax your tail area. So it's lifting up. But you're still engaging your Mula Bandha because you don't want to sag. You still want to be in control of your insides. Eyes closed, long, deep breathing. You have your stomach feel like a hammock from shoulders to tail. You're pushing into your arms equally, opening your chest equally. Wonderful. Let's just sit back for a moment, give our hands a rest. Sit meditatively for 3 breaths. Now we're going the other way. We got the cat pose where our chin comes into our chest, we drop our tail, and we lift our belly up high. And once again, make sure our arms are just a little bit bent so that you're not going to be stretching straight out of your arms and be hanging into the joint. Chin to chest, tail is dropping. Long, deep breathing. Breath in, sit back, breathe out. And let's sit here for another few moments. The last pose is a very difficult one. It's stretch pose, it's an abdominal exercise. So get yourself ready and focused and feeling strong. And you're going to do this with a sense of kindness. All right, stretch pose. So in full stretch pose, when you're on your back, you have your feet up about 6 inches and your head up about 6 inches. And you do breath of fire, which is that short in, out, using your belly as kind of a bellows, in, out, in, out, in, out. So when you go in, the belly goes out, and when you go out, the belly goes in. So it's kind of a little bit opposite. I wish us all the luck. If it gets too much on 2 legs, you put 1 leg down, and I'm going to keep the timer in my hand because I have to know, because I might have to put my feet down, because I do. That's the way it goes. Right, ready. Last thing, then we're going to do a 5-minute Shavasana. All right. Take a breath in. Head up 6 inches. Feet up 6 inches. I see a hornet. And hands up by your side. I'm going to switch to 1 foot up. Other foot up. Ten seconds, 2 feet up. Big breath in. And release. Woo! Let it go. I gotta get better at that for sure. And go. I'm going to time us for 2 minutes. And then you're going to stay once I'm gone. You're going to keep resting for about 3 more minutes or so. going to stay resting for another minute. I feel like I need one more minute. You can either continue to rest now. Sometimes I suggest at the beginning of Shavasana just to say goodbye, so lovely to see you, turn off the video, and then set your own timer for anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes so that you can rest undisturbed and know exactly how long you're going to be resting, so you know that you can really let yourself go. I wiggle my fingers to wake up, I wiggle my toes, roll my wrists. I'm going to do a little side stretch. I like to do both knees over, a little more protective for the sciatic nerve. It's better for my body. I'll teach it some other day. And I give myself a rock and roll to come up and wipe off my sweat well earned. And I thank you so much. If you come to class soon, you'll probably be able to do this set. I will teach it again. So have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.